Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone this morning? So good, I hope. I have so many things to blab about today. So many. And I hope you do too. Let's get a good, lively conversation going this morning. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is, did anybody watch CBS Sunday Morning this week? I spoke about these, a couple of topics that I wanted to, I spoke about them in my Sunday class, my lettering class, but I thought we might speak about them here too. One was, a story about, well, number one, did you know that Sunday was the first day of spring? How cool is that? And that we can, spring flowers. Good morning, Cynthia. How are you today? Say hi as soon as you get here so I know who I'm talking to. It's such a strange phenomenon, these Facebook Lives, where I'm kind of talking to myself. But not. I'm talking to you. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of funny. Hi, Vicky. Hey, Laura. How are you? So I have a couple of things I want to talk about, and and I have this idea in my head for a fun vellum activity. So I printed my Donna art printable on vellum this morning, and now I'm going to, and so I want to share with you a technique that I've been kind of growing, anyway, so I'm going to play with this piece today. We've already, hey Sue, I think you bought this printable twice. So I need to return your money for the second one. I noticed this morning. We're so close. So close. How was your retreat, Sue? Was it so fun? So, like I said, I'm going to concentrate on this printable today. And so what I want to start with is I just want you to pick a color, right? Pick a color. So I'm going to pick, great big surprise, pink. And I'm going to, so I've cut this piece on vellum, and then I cut a piece approximately the same size for my background out of watercolor paper. So I'm going to paint my background so it enhances what I'm going to do on the vellum. So if you'll notice, this flower has this funky little center, right? So I want this to be not pink. So I'm going to, I'm painting a background, this is going to eventually lay on top, right? So I want to think about, I want my center to be kind of a yellowy green. So I'm going to, right about here, I'm going to paint a yellowy green. So let's see. I'm going to pull some green over here on my palette. Wet my brush again and pull some yellow. See, I just want it to be kind of a yellowy green. I'm going to add a little bit more water, and then I'm just going to do that, right? And then for the rest of the background, I'm going to paint my color. So if your color is orange, then you're going to paint your color. And you can do your center whatever color you want. I'm going to get a bigger brush, I think. And, yeah, this is a big boy. And I'm going to paint the rest of my background pink. So let's just... Hey, Vicky. Oh, I was thinking about you this morning. That's so crazy. Those storms are nuts, aren't they? So I'm okay if it kind of... Ugh, look, I'm not okay with that. Stab that off right away. I'm okay if these two colors kind of bleed together. And I'm going to paint pink all the way to the edges, right? Some of it's going to get cut off, but I don't care, right? I want my background to cover as much territory as possible. And I want to try and get right up there to the center of... It's super fun, Vicky. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. So I'm doing this part so that this can dry while I'm doing the other part. Right? So, and this isn't to say that I can't deepen this if I want to later. I just want a coat on there starting its job, right? So I'm going to set that aside to dry. And then, and my paints. And then, oh, here we go. Let's set it on this to dry. So then that excess paint just gets soaked up by that paper towel. Okay. And now I'm going to start on my vellum piece, right? So it's printed on vellum. Good morning, Dolores. How are you today? Hi, Aunt Mer. Hey, Gretchen. I didn't see you there. I do now. So now I'm going to show you a fun technique that I've been kind of fiddling around with for a while. So you'll need a white Prismacolor. Look at that, poor thing. Poor thing. So I'm going to sharpen it because here's a tip. When you're doing this technique, a sharp colored pencil works the best. So when you so eventually this is going to lay on top of this, right? So some of that pink is going to shine through. But we want the pink that we're going to color with our colored pencils to pop, right? Hi, Lisa. So we're going to flip our image over and we're going to color in all of our bits and pieces white. So this is going to take a little while. So I do have a couple of things for us to talk about. Good morning, Lisa. Oh, golly, if you are brand new here, if you would follow and like and subscribe to Corbiere-Scott Designs on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate that. And then please ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Corbiere-Scott. That is the greatest group of artsy friends you'll ever have. And if you'll also subscribe to my newsletter, there's lots of good information in there. I try to make it interesting and fun. I send a newsletter each Friday. Promise it's not too much. So I'm just gently covering everything with white. Everything. Because the color that we're going to put on after this will pop so much more if it has a white base beneath it. And I just kind of like to do that circly, you know, that circly blend that we've done with colored pencils forever. If I start to see lines going one way, I like to do a circle blend over it so that those lines are kind of dissipated in the rest of the white colored pencil. Oh, so I have, Keely sent me a book a while ago, and I've been dabbling in it. On and off. And I thought that it was something that we could do together. So maybe we can read it together, maybe we can talk about it together. So if you feel so inclined, I thought maybe I can share which book it is, and then sorry, I get all into my coloring and I forget that I was talking about something. Okay, it's called The Comfort Book by Matt Haig, and it's nonfiction, and it is just kind of what we all need. So it is the comfort book from Matt Haig. I just love it, Tam. So I just try to take little bits each day and kind of I owe you a Coke. I try to take little bits every day and just kind of have that ponder around in my noggin. I can just ponder it. It can just marinate in my noggin. So I just thought it might be something fun for us to all do together. A note on structure. That's funny. Anyway. Here, so I thought I would just share a little something, and then you guys can kind of ponder. Nothing is stronger than a small hope that doesn't give up. Swear. Just kind of chew on that today. Nothing is stronger than a small hope that doesn't give up. How many times in your life have you only had hope for whatever the thing is, whatever the challenge is, whatever? I just thought that one was so poignant. Here we go. You are the goal. You don't have to continually improve yourself to love yourself. That's a big one, isn't it? Love is not something you deserve only if you reach a goal. The world is one of pressure, but don't let it squeeze your self-compassion. You were born worthy of love, and you remain worthy of love. Be kind to yourself. So just put that in your pipe and smoke it for today. I just thought it was so good. Seriously, I found it so insightful and just really touched me. So let me know your thoughts if you want to kind of do it together. I thought it would be a fun thing for us to do together. Since we spend a couple hours a week together, sometimes more than a couple, right? Hey, Beth Johnson. Wasn't that good? I just found it so, just touched me. Right? And I know that men need it too, but women, I feel like we get in our own way too much, don't we? If only I lose 10 more pounds. If only I kept up with my housework. If only I, whatever the thing, right? If only I called so-and-so more. If only I, whatever the thing is, right? Yeah, it's just, you know what? Keely just gets me. And it's almost, I'm telling you, some days she will send me something just when I need it. It's kind of crazy. So speaking of that, I have a mail call to share with you. So this week I got this card from Keely that is so lovely. May all your weeds be wildflowers. I just loved that. I just loved that. And she wrote the kindest note inside. And she said, and this card, perfect for you from me. I so adore your artwork and am so proud of all you've achieved. Stop it. May all your weeds be wildflowers. Ain't that the truth, girls? Ain't that the truth? But look what she sent. Shut up with this Frida pen. How dang cute is that? I have a little felt board that I stick all of my pins to, so this one will go up. And then this piece, you know that's going in an art journal somewhere. I just love that. And then these stickers, I swear you will die laughing. So look it's called Petty Frida. So funny. Look it says girl please. So she sent me big ones and little ones. Oh my gosh. I just love it so much. Look at her face. I just love it. So dang cute. I just love a good giggle. Okay, so now that we've colored the whole back white, right, we're going to flip it. And then we're going to take our other colored pencils. I need a yellow. Spanish orange. You know how I love Spanish orange. Laura, I can't tell you how lovely it was. I can't tell you. I think that's and every time she sends me a card, I realize how important it is to send cards. Do you know what I mean? Because as much as it touched my heart, I want to touch somebody else's heart like that, you know? Okay, so remember that I painted my background pink, but with a yellowy green center, right? So are you starting to see the, right? So it's okay that this isn't perfect because we're going to be building on top of it. So now I'm going to take my lime peel and Spanish orange, two of my favorite colors. And I'm gonna just start coloring the front. Right, and now I'm gonna get a little yellow in there. And just kind of blending the yellow on top. And then, as we always do, let's come back with that first color and go over the second color, right? So then we have this beautiful blend, right? And I want to do a little bit of green right here where the stippling is. But just kind of jiggy-jaggy, like it's just a jiggy-jaggy blend with a colored pencil, right? I'm not doing any particular order of colors or anything. I just want to start building that vibe. So now I'm going to take my yellow and I'm going to color all these little, I believe they're stamen, I don't know, the dots at the end of these doohickeys that come out of the center of a flower. Tam, have you read the comfort book already? And you know what? Here's the crazy thing. I have the hardcover that Keely sent me, the hardback, and then I have it on Kindle, and I think I might have it on audio too, just because I want to read the whole everything, right? So now you see where we're kind of going, right? So that color that we painted behind is just going to kind of help everything glow. Do you see that? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so now let's start with our pinks. So I'm just going to do that circle blend. Right? All around. So this is going to take some time, but that's okay. It's good to just kind of slow everything down, right? Just slow everything, right? So now I'm going to take my deeper pink. These four are my favorite colors. Hot pink and processed red. Well, they're my favorite colors right now. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the processed red. I'm just going to, right there where the green meets the pink, I'm just going to come in and do some more of that circly blend, right? And like we always do, I'm going to come around the edges and just really work on starting to create some form, right? So round. And like my pencil is barely touching my vellum, right? That's how you get a really nice blend. No pressure, just a gentle blend, right? We want the center to be lighter, I should say, because that's how we get that form going, right? Back, forth, because I have that little curve right there. Then let's just circle blend that out. Right, now let's come back with our original pink. And remember, when coloring with colored pencils, A blunt end of a colored pencil is blending bliss, right? We get a really nice blend. A sharpened end gives you precision. When you're coloring, you don't want the precision as much as a nice blend. Everybody take a drink. We should have a goal of drinking 33.8 ounces during this class, right? So now let's do this big petal the same way. That Petty Frida, I'm gonna tell you, that has made me giggle so hard. Just take a second to do that circly blend. Get rid of as many kind of pencil, like I like the texture of colored pencils. I just don't want the line to show up. Do you know what I mean? So now let's come in with that processed red. I'm going to do that base again. And then this petal, look at all of the places we have for depth to create some form. Each one of these black lines, really close to that line, we're just going to start to gently add some of the deeper color, right? Back, forth, back, forth. I just love this. It makes me so happy. Hey, Polly. How are you today? Be sure to say hey when you pop on, just in case I miss you. Hey, Linda McGee. Say good morning. We have one more side over here. And just that gentle blend. Pencil barely touching the paper. How are you, Miss Linda? So Linda, tomorrow is my is the debut of my new Stitch Club with Adorn It. I'm so excited. So it's more state designs, but this time all state flowers. So you have to join that event. It is on Facebook. If you go to Adorn It, Adorn It's Facebook page, you'll see State Flowers Stitch Club. Join that group, that event, so you can be a part, and then you get to see it. Like that for me is just magical when I get to see what all of the Adorn It Stitchers have done with my designs that I drew. And then it's equally magical when I get those designs and I can embroider them. Stop. So good. Okay, let's see. Start to just that circly blend. Then come in with our deeper pink. Do that base. And then this one too, we have lots of segments, right, of this petal. So we're just going to come in and just add bits of that deeper pink right along the black lines of those segments, right? And then we'll blend them out with our lighter pink eventually. I just love it. Hey, Carolee. That's so funny. I was just talking about my big event tomorrow. So excited. So excited. So we are coloring on vellum this morning. You know what? I always use Prismacolor. I've used them since art school. And don't make a joke, Linda. And this set is my original set from art school. I just kind of replace pencil, like a color, when I use it up. But the base of that set has always been kind of like a sourdough starter. It's the same set I've had since 1988. I just love them. You know why? I really like the waxy blend of Prismacolors. I've tried lots of others, and I know you did, smarty pants. My friends, I will just tell you, my friends give me no... They are the best supporters in the whole wide world, but they're also the biggest teasers. That's for sure. But that's how you know you're loved, right? If they feel comfortable enough to tease you. All right, so now we're going to come in with that process red a little bit more. Come right up that side, just build that form. You do. Well, I think I'm pretty humble for the most part. At least I try very hard. Okay, now come back in with that lighter pink. Do that circly blend. Really blend that out. Look at that. That is the truth, Tam. That is the truth. Okay. Now, look at that. We're almost one round out. I know. I do love a watercolor pencil too. When we were in England, I was lucky enough to get some Derwent colored pencils. But I don't feel like they're, and they're lovely, don't get me wrong. Prismacolors just happen to be my favorite. But I did get some regular Derwent colored pencils and some watercolor colored pencils. And you know what? I like to just use them all. I like to use watercolor and then watercolor pencils on top of that and then colored pencils on top of that. And I've even been known to just use a regular old pencil to add little bits and pieces. I don't deny myself any of the cuteness. I want to use everything. So here we go. I want you to see. Do you see how that background is just making everything glow? Look at it. Oh, I love it so much. So I will just continue to, so that's our end goal, right? So I don't know that I'll get this colored all the way before, hey Donna, before our time is up, but I know that Thursday is our art journaling day, and so I will put it together. All right, I will, Carolee, thank you. I will put this together as a card so you can see my process for that on Thursday before we start art journaling. Okay, let's do some more of that deeper red. Then let's do those segments, because each time we add a little bit of depth color, that's when the form starts to happen. You start to get this, and we want that. We want that each segment to have its own little depth, right? So all of those dark lines we're just going to enhance with the deeper pink. And sometimes it's just kind of the act of just going over it and over it a few times with that colored pencil, because that, just by going over it, this is wider certainly than the line, and by going over it, the color just kind of bleeds ever so slightly over the edges. But you could also do baby circle blend, right? If we have big spaces, we can do a bigger circle blend, right? But if we have little teeny, we can just do kind of a baby circle blend. But I seriously, just going back, forth, over it and over it, and then doing that baby circle blend, we get a really nice effect. So, if you were not in my class on Sunday, I want to talk about CBS Sunday Morning. You know that's my favorite show. I just love it because it's full of nice stories, right? So this week they had an artist that we've studied in my artist study series, George Seurat. And so they talked about a play starring Mandy Patinkin, Bernadette Peters, and someone else. Now I'm not remembering the third person. But anyway, they and the name of the play is A Sunday in the Park with George. A Sunday afternoon in the park with George, or something like that. Anyway, and it's based on George Seurat's painting A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte. And I love that painting. I just, the Impressionists they're kind of some of my favorites. And so, and he's top notch in my book. That pointillism, it's just mesmerizing. Anyway, so they talked about the play and how it didn't work out the first time, and now they're reviving it, and it was lovely. And Mandy Patinkin plays Seurat, which I thought was fabulous. And the other story I wanted to talk about from CBS Sunday Morning, right after I take a big drink, because look at how much I have to drink, and we've got about 19 minutes left. Anyway, so Kevin Eubanks is this man that the story is about. He had a stroke. And one of the things, like, he can do almost everything, right? He's a very determined man, and he can do almost everything after that stroke, except he can't give a two-armed hug because he lost the use of his right arm. Right arm, left arm, one arm. Anyway, his daughter is a professor at Hey Keels. We are playing with vellum this morning and creating on top of it. So I was just talking about the Kevin Eubanks story from CBS Sunday Morning. The one about, oh my gosh, it was so good, wasn't it? So anyway, so the daughter is a professor at the University of Arkansas, and she and some of her students created a device so that he could give a two-armed hug. So it's kind of like a sleeve that fits over one arm and the other arm. And so his arms can go over that person, right? And he can squeeze and give him a big hug. And he was brought to tears because one of his grandsons was born after the stroke. So he had never been able to give that grandson a two-armed hug. And I'm telling you, the things that we just take for granted in our day-to-day life, you know? I was just so moved by that story. And they aptly named that device the Hugger. I thought that was lovely. Just lovely. Come in with our deeper pink and do our stippling first. That circly blend. So Keels, I was just, oh my gosh, it was so lovely, wasn't it? Gosh, and you know that was Steve Hartman. He just always does the best stories. And he's been doing that Kindness 101 on CBS Morning show. I love that too. Remember, that's the one that had the hotline that you can call, and the children give you an uplifting message. And so here's a crazy thing. So after we had talked about that last week, I got a message from a friend and it said, call this number and press 3. And no kidding you guys, it was that phone number. And they work all day, so they weren't in my class. Isn't that crazy? And I was like, oh my gosh, we just talked about this in Pop and Pay Party. And those children, oh my gosh, you guys, they were just delightful. And the name of that hotline was Pep Talk, I think. And I wrote down the phone number, and now I don't remember where it is. It's on a little hunk of paper. Can I tell you, I have 7,000 little hunks of paper right beside me. So it could be anywhere. Oh, but Keels, I was just sharing with everybody the hysterical Frida stickers that you sent me in the mail, and the lovely pin, and the lovely card. But I was also sharing with them the comfort book. And I thought we could just read it together and just share our thoughts. And what a lovely gift that was in so many ways. And so I was telling everybody how, You have a knack of sending me something just when I need it most. And so I've been just reading it like just here and there. Like I just read a section and then I will, and you know what? I wrote that phone number down. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Because everybody should call it. I'm telling you, everybody should call that phone number. So I will post it. I will post it on my website. Right here in this group. It was just, oh my gosh. So if you press 1, you get one kind of message. If you press 2, you get another kind of message. If you press 3, you get another. Oh my gosh. It's so lovely. And I just love that those teachers did that with those children, you know? So anyway, I just thought that, hey Nancy, we're just talking about the comfort book and that we're just going to little by little make our way through, right? So today we're just talking about you are the goal. Nothing is stronger than a small hope that doesn't give up. And talking about that you deserve self-love no matter what. No matter what. No matter whether you reach a goal or you don't, you always deserve love. And especially to love yourself. And it talks about being kind to yourself. That just spoke to me. So I just thought every day we're together, we can share another little something from that book. Another little pearl of wisdom. Do this right here, so this fades back just ever so slightly behind this petal. I love that. Then let's go up those lines. And we're just going to go over them with our deeper shade. Back, forth, back, forth. I think we'll have ourselves a time, Sue. Okay. Now let's come back in with that lighter pink, and then we're just going to do that circly blend it out. Well, Sue, have we ever not had ourselves a time? I don't think that's possible. We're fun girls. Oh, look at how pretty that is. I'm just loving every speck of it. So I'm going to go, just keep going around and around and around with my color. We are fun girls, you're right. I just love this. Just watching it start to take form, you know? Back, forth. Up that other side. And I like to leave like little almost white areas so I have a really nice dimension. Some good highs and some good lows. Oh, Vicky, I love that. And I will just keep sharing new and different ways for art papers. I love them because it's such a freeing experience, right? And then I'll share ways that we can use those art papers to create more art. I love creating art with art. One of my favorite things. Oh, look at it. I'm just loving it. Okay, everybody take a drink. Okay. We had book club last night in Books, Wine, and Girlfriend Time. Is that right? And Girl Time, I think. Oh, I need to find that phone number. And you know what? It's in my phone because the friend sent it to me. I will. I think that's what she's asking about, Sue, is the phone number for the pep talk. Was that the name of it? I thought that was the name of it. Books, Wine, and Girl Time. We just finished a fabulous book, and now we're reading. Say it again, Tam. Civility. The something of civility. The art of civility. But here's the thing, Donna. You can always go back and watch the. You can always go back and watch the when we chat about the books. And it's so fun. It's so fun to, you know, because don't you, when you finish a book, don't you want to chat about it? The rules of civility. There you go. So that's our next book. So if you feel so inclined, please ask to join our group and read along with us. It's so fun. We have a great group. We would love for you to join us. Oops. Ooh, look at that. I went around another whole time. Which one? The Rules of Civility or Anxious People? Have you read the Rules of Civility already? I have not. Anxious People, I just love that author, and so, and I was just turned on by him, turned on to him by Tammy, because from our old book club, which is kind of the same book club, but part 2. Anyway, it was just so good. And it opened me, you know, a book club can do so many things. I mean, number one, it can open you up to so many new authors and genres of writing. I just loved it. It was such a great experience for me. I believe so. That's so funny, Sue, because I need to send her a text today and shore up those dates. But I think that it's the beginning of June. But I need to reach out to her today and chat about it. So now now that I'm going to the outer petals, I'm really leaving, if you can, I don't know if you can see that I left like a big white spot so that it really has, let's see, where's the camera? There. I'm leaving bigger white spots so that it starts to have more and more form, right? Because it's so tight in the center, right? But it gets looser, 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 so there's more light that is going to touch the center of those petals. Oh my gosh, that's so funny, because Keely was just talking about Lincoln Highway. Keely, did you finish Lincoln Highway? It's so interesting, isn't it, that we're all kind of drawn to similar books, but then every now and again, somebody will just surprise you with something totally different and new. And I love that. Oh, really? I've not read that either. I gotta get going on my reading. I will say that I do really enjoy audiobooks because I can, you know, I draw for a living. So it's a way that I can read and work at the same time. And it's like somebody's just telling me a story. Love that. That's how I fell in love with NPR 100 years ago. I used to drive, I had a long commute, and whatever time I was leaving work, it was when I taught in a public school. So the times that I was leaving work, and it was before we had really good for you guys here. So it was all surface streets. So that took a long time. Anyway, there was a segment on NPR where they just told a story. Oh my gosh. It was so fabulous. I can't even tell you. Because it made my time go by so fast. I loved it. My pencil is the perfect, hey Monica, is the perfect bluntness for blending right now. I know I'm telling you, Tammy, Keely is the best book recommender. I have said that about you before, Keels. I just love reading a book and then discussing it. There's something about that, isn't there? Like, did everybody see those characters the way I saw them? Did everybody... Oh my gosh, I missed it tremendously. I missed it tremendously, Tam. And it's just another way for us to connect, you know, when you're back in Idaho. Isn't that the truth, Kills? Because there are some that I read, and you know, I have a problem with not finishing it, although I'm getting better about that the older I get. Like, how much time am I going to devote to this book that doesn't really seem to be speaking to me, you know? And it's going to be pretty horrid for me to not... It's kind of like TV shows, movies. My family thinks I'm way too easy of a critic. I just want to be entertained. But... Oh, Tam, that would be great. I do too, Keels. I do too, because I can't remember, like, who told me. Did I read about it in the newspaper? Did I read a review? Did somebody recommend it? And if somebody recommended it, who was it? When was it? Sometimes books kind of hang around for a while, don't they? Sometimes I read right away, sometimes not so much. Hey Carol, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are creating one of my art printables. We printed it on vellum today. And then we are coloring it. I shared my little coloring on vellum technique that I've kind of keep working on perfecting as I go along. Hey, Lynette. One in the car, one in the house. A book, Aunt Mer? Oh, I'm all right. If you guys are all right. If you have to drop off, I understand. I just want to get around. Get all the way around with my color. Are you guys okay with that? Yeah, I try to have, well, I mean, I also have the Kindle app on my phone, so that if I'm stuck someplace, I always have something to read. And my friend Keely turned me on to this app where you can get magazines, like all kinds of magazines for $10 a month. Can I tell you, I always have a magazine to read. I like, so like People magazine, I can never afford to read that on a normal basis, like a print one. Although when we were doing some art and we needed magazine pictures, I was like, ooh, I was kind of hard pressed to find, magazines in this house. Which app, Donna? The magazine one or the Kindle app? And I love the Kindle app because I always, your phone is always with you. And so you always have something to read, you know? And if you're a reader, you get it. I used to be, and then I got rid of a whole bunch of them. I took them to Boswell Hospital in Sun City. And then, because somehow, when you're like, how did I get 9,000 of these? And then I was looking for something. We were doing some kind of art with magazine pictures, and it was pretty slim pickings. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I know, I do like the arty ones. I do use Audible. I love it. I love it. I've thought about getting some headphones because, I'm just downstairs by myself. You know what I mean? Jeff's office is upstairs, so I don't, I just play it. But I've thought maybe I should get some headphones. I have regular headphones for my iPhone, but like I've looked at those, what are the iPod ones? What are those? What are they called? I don't know. The fancy ones. Can I tell you? They're so expensive. And I just think they're like $150. What if, and it's not hooked to it's wireless, which is cool, but, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. AirPods. They scare me because what if one fell out of my ear? Okay, so I'll tell you about, Strawberry Moon magazine. It's tremendous. It's a little bit spendy, but it's so worth every penny because it's just beautiful. So here's what I'll tell you about it. The person who created Strawberry Moon magazine has created it in such a way that you can get that magazine in many ways, right? You can get a print version, you can get the digital version, so you could like download it on your iPad or your tablet, whatever you have, your phone, whatever. And then you can, then you kind of always have an art magazine with you. I love that. Anywho, look at this. So you get this darling postcard that's going up on my bulletin board. I try to change out my bulletin board art every now and again. I'll send a picture. I'll post a picture of that. Okay, so anyway, here we go. It's all art journaling, right? The whole shebang is art journaling. Okay, here we go. We are art journalers. There's always this cool artwork that says "We are art journalers." And then there's article after article after article and artwork, chock full of artwork. And then look at this, the thing that I found most fabulous. So look at this. There's a whole article called Page Starter, New Beginnings. So it just gives you like some starter ideas that other people have. There's an article in here. There's these art papers that you can either print out or you can use the actual paper because it's printed on lovely paper. 1, 2, 3, 4 lovely, look at them. But look at it has beautiful artwork on one side and then beautiful prose on the other. I just love that. Anyway, and so there's art journals of all different kinds, right? So you can, there's another one. Stop it. With a semic writing. So there's articles about mark making and, there's another one. All kinds of things. What was the last book you read? Stop it. I love that. And then look at this article. All the black waterproof pens. That just speaks to us, doesn't it? So it has an entire page after page after page after page after page. I just love that. Like that, because, I'm always in the search for a bigger, better pen. Anywho, if you don't, so check them out. It's strawberrymoonmagazine.com, I believe. Isn't that the you can check them out on Instagram, Strawberry Moon Mag. The pen thing, yes. So this was the premiere issue. The next issue comes out in April, which is like 2 weeks away. How crazy is that? Anyway, I should probably let you go. I've blathered on enough. So be sure to check out Strawberry Moon Magazine. Follow them on Instagram. They always have something cool on there. And then check out their website. They have cool stuff there too. I know. I pre-ordered mine too. I just love it. And it's just, I'm telling you, either way you get it is lovely. Whether it's in the mail or as a download, it's fabulous. I adore you all. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Talk to you soon. Oh, don't forget to tune in tomorrow to State Flower Stitch Club event on Adorn It. And then Thursday, Art Journaling Day. Yay! Talk to you soon. Bye.